What is up, guys? This will be a very short stream. Just going over some basics with a sub of mine. Yeah, Sparky, there he is. Hey, man. Alright, we're gonna talk. Okay? We're gonna talk about a few important things. You ready for this? Alright, so I'm gonna give you my recipe to progressing forward in this game, okay? And take of it what you will. But this has worked with every one of my students thus far, okay? And I think to the base of it is really just understanding how progress works, right? How growth works. Which, again, pro players, or your Ultra Diamonds, or Super Diamonds, or Masters, they're very talented people, right? But they don't often understand that there's levels, how would I say? I'm not sure if I mean levels. There's things that are important in fighting games that a bronze player shouldn't learn, you know, or shouldn't focus on. The same thing as a silver, as a gold, as a platinum. So they can show you how to do crazy things and all of them at the same time, but what's important is that you focus on the right things first, okay? So we're gonna focus on Ed. I don't have his cool ass costume on this one. This sucks. Alright. We're gonna play Vampire Ed, okay? Wide Vampire Ed, nice.
Instant kill.
And we're gonna set up Ryu here, okay? And we'll go with the NN Snatcher. Is that the one you're going with? Are you going V-Trigger 1 or V-Trigger 2? Okay. I know nothing about VT2, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much here, okay? Okay, so one of the first thing I tell people, okay, is that you kind of have to understand how your brain works, okay, in order to be able to improve as Street Fighter, okay? So if you see like all different areas of like a fighting game player, if you talk about footsies, aggression, defense, Okies, all that good jazz, right? And tech in general, reflexes, you know, spacing. So all of this, okay, let's say we'll see your brain as an entity that can take like that powers up your fighting game abilities, okay? So your brain can only give you 100% power, okay? So let's say I'm an Ed player, okay? And let's say that I'm brand new, right? So what people need to understand is that as a new fighting game player, you can't start learning everything at the same time, okay? It doesn't quite work like that. You have to choose your fights, okay? Because what often ends up happening is that like the lower league players or new players, they will watch all those really amazing players talk about footsies, talk about your Okies, right? Talk about thick throws, talk about fuzzy guard breaking, and they want to do all those things at the same time. But realistically, as like a bronze player, you can't grow in all of those areas at the same time, okay? You have to put your effort on what's really important, okay? If I was to tell you what's really important, well, there's a few things, right? First of all, if you know, if I'm training a bronze player or a novice player, right? I think we can all agree footsies is pretty important, right? So understanding where to place yourself here, right? What your spacing is, right? Where it's safe to throw certain moves, where it's safe to not throw certain moves, to be able to recognize what your different normals do at what range, you know, like the base of it, right? So for example, I don't need to know if this is like plus 9 on a hit and maybe like plus 2 on block. I don't need to know if this is like plus 15 and I can link a crouching medium punch into a down medium punch. I don't need to know that shit, okay? As a bronze player, your only care in the world should be about that distance, right? This is a pretty good move, okay? This is a pretty good move to throw at that distance. It covers a lot of ground, right? And it can lead to crush counter, okay? Which, like, for example, another mistake I'll see a lot of bronze doing, right? Is like, for example, like let's say stuns on next attack, right? So, oh shit, not stun. I want the crush counter. Oh, there we go. Okay. So a lot of bronze players, for example, they'll be like, okay, that's my crush counter, okay? When I crush counter, I'll dash in, and then I'll do some crazy fucking shit into V-trigger, into, you know what I mean? Like, that shouldn't be your fucking concern, okay? If you're a bronze player, okay, and this happens, right? And this cue happens, and you hear it, right? It's also a very strong cue, like the sound cue. You should do something like this, okay? That's it. That's it, okay? Or this. Maybe another one. Here, that combos. Oh, that's pretty neato, you know? Right? But you can't start being like, okay, I'll dash in and I'll do crouching light into standing medium into blah, blah. You can't start doing that shit, okay? It's very counter progression, okay? Not because you're not able to do it, okay? Because maybe you, Sparky, are able to do this and to dash forward into crazy fucking combo. Maybe you're able to do it, okay? But the reality of it is that it takes a high percentage of your brain to be able to set this in your everyday game. Do you know what I mean? To practice that, whenever you hear this, you just go like for another standing heavy like this, right? This doesn't take a lot of your brain at all, right? So your brain power is focused on other things. You can focus on other things, not just that thing, right? Because as a Kuma, okay, whenever I do resets, whenever I do crazy fucking combos into cancels, into supers, into fucking all that shit, okay, it uses none of my brain power because my hands remember all that shit so that I don't have to think about it, okay? And until this thing here is 100%, you don't even have to think about it, automatically your brain does that. And that's not optimal. What I'm doing here, this is not optimal, right? But you don't need to be optimal as bronze, okay? You can't start wanting to be optimal as bronze, okay? That's a very important thing, okay? So here, I'm not saying do this, right? But whenever you use that normal here into the neutral, right? You should have just something to follow it up, right? Like, no, sorry, I dashed in. Don't do the dash in, okay? Too much brain power for this. Like, I don't really know. Find something. I don't know, maybe your standing heavy punch can reach? Maybe? Or maybe like, what is it, the kicky thing? Does that reach? Or even like, if you want to cash in, you can do something like this, right? Oh no, that's too far. Okay, so for example, I would be like, oh, at that range, right? I can just do another one, right? And that's fine. Or I can do this, and then I just jump in, right? And before Ryu recovers, I'm already on him with a jumping attack, right? That's very simple. But I'm telling you, don't go too deep into anything. You need a basic understanding of very important things, but you can't start complicating your life, okay? What your goal is, okay? Because, for example, you know, people tell you, oh, footsies, 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 right? So, just to give you another example of that, okay? So, for example, if I'm in the footsies here, right? And I'm controlling my range, right? And then Ryu jumps, right? Then, if you're a new player, you're not gonna automatically fucking anti-air. Or maybe this is your anti-air, right? Or maybe do this, right? Your brain's gonna have to think, oh shit, he's jumping, I have to press buttons. What are the buttons again? Those buttons. Okay, now I press. You're already losing like 5 or 6 frames right there, or 8 frames, okay? So be cognitive of how your brain works in general, okay? So that's one thing, okay? What's very important is that find situations that you're often in, right? So for example, hey, throwing someone, it happens pretty often, right? We all agree, right? So you come to a point where you throw someone. That happens pretty often, right? Well, what's my follow-up to that? I don't really know, right? Oh, maybe I could do a micro step and then hit heavy punch. Not bad, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to train Ryu so that he does the fast get-up, right? So this is a fast get-up. This is a crush counter, so he's not going to fast get-up, obviously. You want to find yourself follow-ups to things that happen whenever they quick rise. Because quick rise is really what's important to cover, okay? If they don't quick rise, you know, let's say we found a setup right now, okay? I'm throwing him, and then I throw a standing heavy kick. Well, that's meaty, right? He can't really escape that. He has to take it, okay? Even, let's say I put jump right after this. Okay, so he's gonna jump as soon as he wakes up, okay? See, I still hit him. So do you see how, like, this simple thing here is probably gonna help you more than any crazy fucking text in the world? Do you kind of get where I'm going here? How many times in a match or a set do you come into this situation right here? Right? Did you have a follow-up to this? Way too many. So just tell me honestly, did you have a follow-up to this? Once you threw, did you have a plan in mind? Well, see how, like, now, every single time you're gonna throw, you'll be like, hey, it's simple, I just have to spam my heavy kick, and this is going to be meaty, unless he does EXDP, he's not gonna escape it, and he's gonna eat it right in his face. And if he presses any button that's not EXDP, bam. See? And then you can apply your other tech to that. Oh, I go just a little forward and I hit another time, right? That's it. I'm not giving you some crazy techs here. What I'm telling you is you take the situations that often happen to you the most time. Throw is always a good one. Bam. And you do fast get up and bam, that's covered. What about back throw? Can I do the same thing, back throw? Not really. It's a bit too far, right? What if I jump? Okay, okay. Well, that could be something, right? When I back throw? Or what about a fireball? He's too far here to hit me, right? It could be a fireball. Or what about when I back throw, I do a quick snatcher like this? I don't know how the snatcher works really, by the way. Don't take my advice on this. But you get what I mean? Here, if I spam snatcher... Oh, okay. That might hit him. I don't know how fast it is, but that's one thing, right? Another thing was that... Okay, so my standing normals don't seem to reach him, right? So I might decide to do a jump instead, because he's right in range, right? So unless he knows this is coming, for example, I'm gonna just jump at him. Boom. Right? So do you see what I mean? You have to have a plan. Hey, what's up, Oracle? How you doing? So you have to have a plan for very simple things, okay? Like this. Yeah. Or, whenever you knock someone down, what do? Right? Well, maybe I want to throw a meaty here when he wakes up, okay? See? Practice those things. One last thing is to have just a basic bread and butter combo, okay? So I don't really know Ed, but I'm gonna try something, okay? Usually what I recommend to students is to find something that crosses up or has a good hitbox in front of your enemy and in the back of your enemy, okay? So you can make it ambiguous. Next up, what I'm looking for is probably a hit, 2 hits that combo into each other. Now there you go. See? 5 AM. Standing medium punch, crouching medium punch. That combos. Wait, I'm doing counter hit, so I don't actually know if this is gonna counter or not. Okay, standing medium punch, crouching medium punch, so that hits, right? Okay, cool. So now we have a basic combo that regardless if I'm in front or in the back, this is always gonna hit. Right? 3 hits. 3 hits. See, here I thought I would jump behind him, but I ended up in front of him. But it didn't matter, because my execution was still the same for both sides. So right now, I don't even need to use directionals, right? I could jump literally frame perfect on top of his head. It doesn't matter with this simple combo if I go in front or back. Right? It's always going to be 3 hits. And then, you can end your combo with something simple. So I would assume in that case, for example, I'd probably go for the, what do you call it? The kick uppercut? This thing, right? That's probably the upper. Doesn't this combo? Look, this combo's here, right? So I could do something like this. Oh, wait, it's a bit too far. Oh, it's just a bit too far. Yeah, when close, maybe, yeah. But so, see, that's how we learn, okay? So basically what we did now is that we found, oh, that's a really good string to have, right? That is probably going to be your string until silver, okay? Maybe it's not optimal, but it's your string, you understand it, and when you're ready to upgrade to a new string that's maybe a bit more effective, then you can upgrade. But for now, you try to keep it simple but effective. So right now I'm jumping, medium, crouching medium, and then fall, you know, maybe combo it with something. You said upper. Upper is this, I think? Yeah, there you go. So we'll go with this. Right? That's it. And then you can EX it too, I think, right? Right? What's up, Jane? Thank you, I appreciate it. I really dislike my accent, but I hope you guys don't mind. Okay, so see how like this was very simple. We found something that works. The execution is pretty light, right? And this can follow up into like it's a decent combo, right? If I get my jump in here, oops, that's the wrong button. There you go, 260 damage. So I'm gonna ask you, Sparky, okay? Let's say that you have this down, you've done this 1,000 times, right? You've done this 1,000 times, now you're used to it, okay? Now, Sparky, I'm gonna ask you, what would be your logical self-growth, okay? So you would ask yourself, okay, now I'm really used to this right here, but I can go even further. What would be the thing that goes further here? We talked about the situations that you run into the most, right? Just tell me your thoughts. We're gonna level together, okay? And I'm gonna practice the combo while you're doing this. Okay, that's fair, that's fair. EX at the end, but EX wouldn't be too hard, right? And adding the snatcher after the EX. Wait, you can do EX to snatcher? Like this? Wait. Oh, I see. Okay, that's swag as fuck. Look at this. Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. I will give you that. Okay, so that's good. Okay, you got a good thought process there, right? Boom. That's really cool, okay? But here's another idea here, right? So we both now recognize, for example, in that state particularly, okay? Your go-to whenever you jump on someone, right? Will be the medium kick into bam, bam, and bam, right? So my logical next step, so for example, we found that after a forward throw, we're gonna do a standing heavy kick, right? That's our go-through, right? After a back throw, we're gonna jump and do a heavy kick like this, right? So now after your BNB, after this to this to this, right? If someone quick rise, right? What do you follow that up with, right? So here I'm not gonna give you like a perfect solution, but I'll give you an example, okay? Here, I personally would think two things, right? I can probably do this, and then welcome him with a meaty fireball, right? Sorry, I'm really bad at that. It's forward. Yeah, it's forward medium punch. Forward medium punch. Come on, you. Wait, is it forward medium punch? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just bad at this character. See, that's one thing you could do, right? From that combo with progress. Yeah. The other thing you could do, for example, is... right? Just jump on your opponent. Because as you see there, as soon as they wake up, you're already on them. Okay? Boom! Boom! So, do you see here how you can even train your brain to get used to that? Because here I'll do the BNB that I just showed you, for example, right? And this even goes into a loop. Right? How crazy is that? See, we just spent 10 minutes together and we found this. Right? See how this thing goes? Then jump, heavy kick. Oh, there's definitely a risk, okay? It's very rare that you'll find a setup that's completely safe. What I'm teaching Sparky right now is that you need to, whenever you go see Ultimate Grandmasters and all those guys, they're really, really, really good, right? But you can't just go see someone and say, hey, he does this, I'll do it too, okay? That person went in training mode, like we just did, for example, right? No, I don't think it's a safe jump, by the way. That person went in training mode, like we just did right now, right? And he grinded that combo here. And his follow-up, right? And at some point, here, we'll recovery actions. We're gonna test that out, right? So here, we'll try a light Shoryuken and a EX Shoryuken, okay? I just have to get the reversal here. Okay, so we have the reversal. Let's try the other one here. We'll do EX Shoryu. Okay, so we have both reversals, okay? We'll set the wake up options to on and on, right? So whenever they get knocked down, they'll wake up. They either EX Shoryu or they will regular Shoryu, okay? Alright, so let's try what we just thought, okay? We do the basic combo. We do our follow-up. Oh, see? Light DP works, right? So light DP stops it, so obviously heavy DP stops it. So now you're aware, as you will be playing, that people can do Shoryuken on wake up, okay? To stop it. Okay? And no setup will be perfect, but you can probably adjust when that comes, right? So for example, we haven't tried jumping heavy punch. That might make a difference. Now we'll try it. Oh, okay, we got the EXDP here. Another EXDP. Okay, so the light DP works too. So you know now that your opponent has like a decent amount of time to react to that, right? But if they're on the defensive, that might not be something that you can do over and over and over. But if I was playing your character and I was you, for example, I know that it's fairly frame tight, right? It's a fairly good jump in. And unless they know that they can counter it with a DP or an EXDP, then you might get a good hit in at that point. Or even more pressure, right? So I'd try this for bronze, okay? See how successful you're at it. And then if it's not good enough for you, then change it to something else. As I said, we can change it to something maybe a little safer, right? We can do this. And then welcome them with a fireball. Now, what you saw here is that the fireball traded with the light Shoryuken, okay? Which in itself is not necessarily the best thing, but it traded, right? So that's already a bit better. And maybe you can do an EX one at that point. Oh, sorry. But basically, I'm trying to... Sparky's still in there, right? I'm more sensitive to accents than most people. Cool. So, do you get where I'm going with this, Sparky? Is that a lot of bronze players will try to learn a lot of really advanced shit, and it doesn't matter, okay? Because all the advanced shit that you know, you'll get your ass kicked by people that just does this, okay? And that just space out their normals properly. And you're gonna get bodied by that, and you're gonna get really fucking mad. And you're gonna be like, this game's fucking bullshit. Maybe not you, Sparky, because you're a pretty chill guy, okay? But one of the tests that I often do to my students when they're like, oh, you know, I need to learn all this tech and all that stuff, is that I pick a character, any character they want, and I beat them with one button. Just one button. Yeah, he's a pretty chill guy. I just beat them with one button. That's all I need, dude. Because Street Fighter is a game of fundamentals, okay? That's the most important thing, okay? Next up is just be clever about your setups, okay? I don't want you to do some crazy fucking super insane cancels into like, oh my god, this combo is sick, or like, that's really cool, okay? But that's not what you should be training. You shouldn't be training 4 hours in a row a crazy fucking comboing game. Because when it comes down to when you're gonna play against your opponent, your brain will freeze because everything else is not in your hands. Your muscle memory isn't there. Your only muscle memory that you develop is this very crazy, very specific combo that serves you jack shit in real combat. If that makes sense. Now the Ado energy is tame. Well, yeah, Oracle, you know, that was someone that was, you know, had some issues with dealing with that kind of thing. But all I'm saying is that you guys go spar with those high-level players, okay? They're really nice people, they know the game really well, and that's really cool. But don't go there to learn, okay? Because Grandmaster players, most often than not, okay, are not teachers. They're just really kick-ass players, okay? If you're a diamond player that's looking to optimize your shit, go there, okay? But what a teacher will tell you is that if you're in bronze, you shouldn't be trying to do optimal combos all the fucking time. You should yourself find a basic combo like the one we just found here, right? And you should grind that into your muscles until you're 100% able to close your eyes. Okay, I'm going to close your eyes right now, okay? I'm not an Ed player. We'll see how much time it takes for me to do the combo without even looking. Okay, you guys ready? Did that combo? Yep, that combo. I had my eyes closed. Okay? Just for the sound of it. No, I don't think that fully made it, right? Did that combo? Yeah, there we go. Eyes closed, okay? This is the kind of thing you want to grind into yourself, okay? Yeah, same thing with Mr. Moss. Mr. Moss was a salty bitch by his own admission. So what I would recommend, Sparky, okay, is that practice. Okay, I know you're telling yourself, oh, I don't really need practice to just spam heavy kick after you knock someone down, right? Oh, we're gonna set this guy to not DP on wake up. Okay, guys? No wake up actions here. So you're gonna tell yourself, right? I don't really need to practice this, right? Just throwing this guy and then spamming heavy kick, right? But you do need to practice it because this needs to become muscle memory, okay? Do it 100 times, okay? And then do a follow-up to that. Either, you know, if you crush counter, I'll just jump in, right? It might not be optimal, but again, we don't want to be optimal. When I back throw my opponent, I'll just jump. And then I'll attack him, okay? That's a good timing. Not a perfect timing, but that's the timing right now. And then when you get exposed for a certain setup you do, then you can ask yourself, hey, maybe I should find something a little safer there. That's how you improve, okay? That's how you improve. So yeah, we find something for the back throw. We find something for the forward throw, okay? And we find something that whenever we jump on someone, this hits cross up, this hits front, and it's always the same string. Always. And then we have a follow-up to it. And then we just jump. Do this for an hour, okay? I'm serious. Do this for an hour. Dude, with Akuma, when I was playing my young Street Fighter days, right? This is what I would do with Akuma. For an hour. Okay? And then I would jump in and do my basic BMB that I've learned over and over until I literally can do it 50 times without failing or even without even looking. So that whenever I jump in, it's not my brain that's starting to think, okay, when I land, I need to do medium kick, then I need to do crouching medium punch to standing medium punch to the DP. My brain no longer has that strain. My brain only thinks, what am I gonna do when this combo's over? And then my hands do the combo. Right? I don't think. I'm talking to you guys right now. Right? What am I gonna do after that? Maybe I'll jump, okay? Here. Maybe I'll jump after this, right? And then I'll jump. And then I'll jump. Okay, I'll jump here. Or, hey, look, my bar is full. Oh, shit. I'm gonna jump into some kick-ass fucking... You know, whatever the fuck you do after that, okay? I don't play Ed. Okay, but that's my lesson for the day. Okay? Sorry, guys, this was a very short stream. I actually wasn't supposed to stream tonight, but... you know, teaching is part of what I do, and... people like Sparky support my channel and are subscribers of mine, so I like to go the extra mile for those people. Whenever I'm able, you know? So yeah, sorry guys, thanks for tuning in. This was very short. Sparky, what I'll do is I'll put this on YouTube so you can watch it again, okay? And feel free to reach out if you have any questions or any follow-up to that. Does that make sense? All right, love you all. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow and this weekend for the Kick-Ass Hype Tournament. All right, give me some zings in chat. Come on, guys. Give me at least one. Yeah, boy! All right. Peace.